I'd play more, but I wanted to keep it short. Anyways, that was Lords of Acid, Before the Night is Over. So I'm going to try to upload this, see if this will work. I'm going to wait for my old command center. Things have changed in the world. Have they not? And things have really changed in my world. So I got my own little command center rebuilt here. Had to rebuild everything. Redo everything in a whole new format. Always takes a lot of time. Been doing a lot of self-searching in my journeys. Been doing a lot of other stuff I'm not really going to talk on. And it's one reason why I haven't been uploading videos is because, you know, I've been out here on the streets, you know, getting my hands dirty in politics, right? Running for president is a little bit different than people think it is. You know, people like Biden and Trump, they just go to a donor and they ask for $1 million, and the donor's like, yeah, here, and, you know, do this for me too. And I didn't want to do it that way, right? So I figured 10 years ago when I started my plan to run for presidency, I figured the first thing I should do is start training to fight and working out really hard. So, you know, my plan for presidency isn't exactly the same as everyone else. And the last year has changed a whole bunch. I've seen a lot of stuff, and seen a lot of changes in the world. And one of those things I wanted to do was iron out some flaws in myself too. I mean, I was good enough to run for president, but, you know, the people expect nothing less than perfect. You know, you can't be king if you're going to make a mistake. You know, look at Trump and Biden. Like, pretty much everything they do is a mistake to 50% of the people. And dare I say that those mistakes are actually mistakes a lot. And their people are just taking up for them because that's their people. That's their base. You know, so there's some problems within me I needed to iron out too. You know, I've taken on some of the poisons that I've adapted to and played around with and had fun with. You know, some of these groups I've been in, you know, the alt-right. I was one of the first people telling people, you know, watch out what's going on here. This doesn't look very well. And then, you know, look what happens at the Capitol. You get 100 people kicking in the door of the Capitol, and they think they're going to take over 100 people are going to take over the nation. And I mean, wow. Serious, dude. Serious. Yeah, I mean, what thought is this? Really? I mean, no. Yeah, but, you know, I fell into that trap on purpose. I knew. I've explained this before. I knew there wasn't, you know, everything cool with what was going on with the Nazi propaganda. And, you know, I made some of the first videos on that. I made posts on Trump like, hey, maybe we should watch out for this guy before he even ran for office, I was saying. Because people around that were coming in my life. And I'm like, wait a minute, why is this rich guy coming in my life? Maybe I should make a post about this. Just in case. Crazy Sean. Crazy Sean doesn't care if people think he's crazy. Crazy Sean's going to tell it how he feels it and how he sees it. And Crazy Sean could be wrong sometimes. And that's one of the things I've been working on a lot. Just, you know, watching. And maybe I've been tricked somewhat into taking on burdens that weren't necessarily mine. But you know, it's great. It's self-introspection. It's, It's a way to look, what if, eventually I didn't do that, but what if I did? What if I was confronted with that situation? How would I deal with it? And then, dealing with myself mentally for a long time. I've been trying to clean that up. And just trying to focus. The universe has been telling me to focus on one thing. So there's no more drum videos because I got rid of the drums 3,000 miles ago. And, I still like drum on my steering wheel. And I got this little makeshift kit in the back here that I pulled out a few times and stuff. And then, recently a drummer showed me just how much better he is than me because he's spent, his life dedicated to that. And I've only spent 10 years dedicated drumming, so he was just naturally better. But losing the drum set actually has helped me get rhythm. But I'm trying to make this short. This is already 5 minutes. That way I can actually get it uploaded if I can on this. I might have to make it even shorter, but I just want to put this out there. I got a lot of videos and it's just expensive to upload everything on the road because my new command base here is based on mobile data, and I've only found one company, and I got to order their product. I don't know why I didn't just order it like that. I should be spending all my bucks till I'm homeless and, living in the woods, pushing forward on everything. And every time I don't, I kind of kick myself because I'm like, oh, look, oh, hey, there, magically another $100 appeared. So I could afford that, $140 a month for unlimited data, true unlimited data, because working through a lot of it is finding out, a ton of this stuff is like not unlimited data, like all these devices around here. None of this is a real unlimited data. And, looking around for the best I can get and what I can afford, what I think I can afford. And I should just be throwing money at the problem at this point because I have whatever. I don't really, but I have methods and ways. And, so I've just been, watching what's going on. Pretty much. That's all I've been doing. And, talking with people, that's all I've been doing when I run for president. I don't even go out there and tell people my ideas. I have ideas written down no one's ever seen. I have a lot of stuff no one's ever heard. I just say I have the answers. And, I want people to provoke me to explain why and what I mean. But what I do is I go around and I talk to people what they want, So that's what I've been doing a lot is going around and be like, what the hell's going on in 2020? And people are like, this crazy guy asked for a bunch of weird stuff to happen. And I'm like, Jesus, how do you know what I do in private and stuff? And that's one of the things I've been confronted with is, the God equation. What's really going on in this world? It's a whole different world to me. It really is. It's an amazing world. It's beautiful that I've been blessed with this ability to see all this stuff and know all this stuff I have. And for a long time I kind of hated this life. I hated my existence. And I still kind of do. It's kind of hard to move right now. And painful. Very painful. It's hard to sit. It's very painful. So I'm glad, taking a break from making videos. I didn't really want to. I could have easily uploaded stuff, but I would have killed all my data, and then I'd be, lost in the middle of the Grand Canyons with no frickin' GPS. And that actually happens in the canyons because the GPS signal doesn't frickin' reach the canyons. And then you're like, I actually felt safest there because I was like, wow, no one's going to be following me now. Because if they can't track me with GPS, then these groups following me can't track me, can they? So I actually felt really safe running out of data there. But if I run out of the ability to use my phone and call for backup if I need it, then, which would be to be honest, it would be to rush a video out to you guys. That's why sometimes on my Facebook, I'll put out a little stupid video that makes no sense and be like, hey, check this out. And I'm just recording something just in case. Or sometimes I put something out like, hey, that's magic. I got a flat tire. And then all of a sudden this stuff happens. These people show up. And, so I'm recording this to protect myself, but running off 10-minute long video now. I just really, and this is probably like the third video update I didn't post. And again, it gets down to this point where I don't have the data to do that right now, but I'm working on that. Hopefully I'll get this product I need, and hopefully the product will work perfect. And I mean, according to it, this product will be better than phones, better than all this stuff. I mean, if you got a house, you can get gigabit internet and stuff. But at this point, having a house is kind of like a burden and kind of like something I don't want. I mean, I would love to meet a girl who lets me stay with her for a little while or whatever. That would be awesome. But to actually, I've never had the burden of caring for a house and stuff like that. I mean, I care for a house. I've cleaned houses immaculately. And when I'm with other people, I like, you know, I'll try to work on their house as long as they don't ride me and cause drama and issues. I'll like improve their house and build upon it. You know, we've gotten electricity, the electric wires and electric boxes replaced and upgraded in houses and stuff like that and all sorts of stuff. But anyways, so you know, like I'm just living like a totally different world. I could go into it and whatever. I don't want. And it might sound like somewhere you feel sorry for someone, but you know what? No, I keep being told, the universe tells me, you know, look at what you have and where you are, and you don't have everything everyone else has, but you have all this other stuff that doesn't exist if you have all this other stuff. And so, you know, I don't really want pity or sympathy. I never really want pity or sympathy. Never. Sometimes I kind of just want like a friend. Even that's kind of rare because I had so many friends cut me off recently and stuff. Like, I consider y'all on the internet have been my friends forever and shit. Even when I troll motherfuckers. Still, y'all my friends. And some of y'all don't even like me, and you're still my friend. Fuck it. I got no enemies, right? I'm not going to waste time having an enemy. Even these people who I felt have done me wrong, you know, I've sat around and I've thought about it like, hey, I still like you. Even if you was placed in my life to cause me problems 30 years ago, and you've been causing me problems 30 years ago, you know, thanks for what you did to help me. Thanks for being there. And make me think I had a friend. It felt real. It felt real for a while. And it was fun. It was good. So, you know, it's been a lot about me changing me. I got a lot of videos, cool videos. I'm out here in the jungles, in the deciduous jungles out here in Washington. And I'm like chopping down paths with my machete and stuff like that. And I post a couple of those on Facebook, but I can't do live here, so I don't do that. And then like to double upload, like live, and then here would be like double the data, and I'm already like running it. Who knows how much data I'll have after I upload this video, right? So things have somewhat changed in my world. I'm trying to remain focused, but you know, there's so much stuff going on. I don't want to talk about it all. There's just certain things I can't talk about. You know, I live like a different life. And because of that, I could never talk about my life. And I've tried to take those skill sets where I have that ability and that natural tendency to not talk about who I am and what I do. And I tried to put that towards the betterment of man in the best way I could. You know, like, hey, you're an angry little motherfucker who probably should never tell people who you are and what you do. Like, how can you put that towards use? You know, and I was like, oh, politics. That's exactly how you do it. You know, an angry person who fucking hides who he is and shit. But it really is more than that, right? And one day things will come out. But for now, a lot of stuff doesn't get talked about. You know, for now, I'm kind of overviewing the situation. I'm watching the world. I consider myself like a watcher of the world. And hell, I'm being shown I'm creating large portions of this world. I don't even want to go into that because I'm being told, first of all, other people don't see it. If I'm creating this world mostly, then other people can't actually see that because you have to see from my angle everything that's happened and how that comes from me. And you know, it sounds like crazy talk, like a lot of this. But then again, once 2020 hit, people started participating in crazy talk with me. And it was interesting. Because at the start of 2020, I was asking, I was like, you know, let's educate people. Let's educate, you know, I was like, God, let's educate the world. Let's show them everything I see. And I feel bad because I was also like, let's show them how I feel and make them understand how I feel. And now we got 6 foot distance and isolation and society being shut down. And it's like, oh, Jesus, I didn't want that to happen. I didn't want to terrorize them for like a year and stuff. So hopefully that's lifted. Hopefully the terror spree is freaking over. But if not, you know, I'm still, and if it's not me, I'm being told it's not me doing every single thing. Everyone's participating a little bit. But some stuff I'm seeing, I'm like, how does that even happen if other people are creating this world and it's not just like my own personal playpen? Like, how does that happen? And so, you know, like we have this situation going on in the world. And everything I've talked about for a long time, you know, my past still ties into that. Even if I say it doesn't, even if I'm acting like it doesn't, it comes back to me. You know, that's the path I've taken. That's what I know. That's what I see. That's what I'm shown. And it's what I promise. You know, I promise God, if he helps me, you know, I said, I just made the promise. I didn't really say, if you help me. I said, you know, I promise I'll help these people in this nation, in this world. I'll help them. I'll bring them a new world. And I'll bring them, you know, I don't want to say peace, because the Bible tells us that the person who promises peace, freaking, the first person is like an evil person. But how many of these people have already done that? But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't promise paradise to everyone. I want to bring it forth. I think we're honest. We're on the path to that. And whether or not we still have evil in control, that path is still being set. So we can just take the path and make it our own. And that's a lot of why I haven't been talking a lot. Just I've been talking a lot, just not uploading anything. I've been talking to my friends, you know, God and those around us. There's some sort of hive mind in this world, right? Am I right on that? And when did that start? That's what I want to know. Did I create the hive mind? Because I didn't notice it pre-2020, but looking back, I do notice smirks on everyone's face who was in my life, like they knew something I didn't know. But the hive mind, those watching me, and things I shouldn't talk about until things are all ironed out and dealt with properly. That's what I've been working on. That's been my life, right? And I've just been very open about a life that everyone else who knows any of this stuff knows to shut their mouth on. So I reached a point where I really hate to censor myself. I feel like a little biatch when I do that. But I just felt like a point had reached where my time to be a little silent on things and watch things and not have an opinion or just state things comes from. So that's mostly it. It just, I've reached everyone else who got into politics, most of y'all reach a point probably pretty fast where you realize, like, it's called the cancel culture. You don't talk because they shut you down. And I just, you know, for 10 years, I was just like, fuck you. I was like, you want to censor me? I was like, fuck you. And they're like, oh, you said fuck, we're going to censor you. Like, look, he's an asshole saying fuck. And I'm like, fuck you. And then, you know what? Like, and that's one thing I've been trying to edit out too. Like, look, I didn't even cuss the whole video till right then, right? Because I got to make my videos for children. I don't believe these swear words and stuff like this. I don't believe those are real curses. A real curse is like me saying, hey, I'm going to suffocate you, right? Like, choose the powers of the world to destroy you. And, you know, let's have a flood and destroy you. Like, that's a real curse. I think that's early cancel culture, you know, telling people they can't say words like poopy poo or diarrhea do. And That's the original cancel culture. It just, one of the things I've talked about is the continual theme, the cycles in the world where everything's kind of remained the same. And one of those things is they cancel whatever idea, but language every 7 years. And it erases the language, and it erases each people's history. Every people have had their history erased. No one knows who they are. No one knows the real past of this world, right? Am I right? If you're honest, you can tell me you don't know your real past. If you're honest, you could even say you don't know your birth. You don't know when you were born. You don't know if you were born, do you? Were you there that day? Do you remember that day? Someone had a video. There's deep fake videos everywhere. No one had videos when I was a kid, really. It's pretty rare. But, you know, and that's another one of those things where I reach this level of honesty with myself, where I have to go in and question everything and have to reanalyze it. And so the whole last year was about me like resetting up and resetting, definitely. And looking at things. And so hopefully this year is a much better year for everyone. Hopefully this place gets live. I want this world to get live. I want people to, we are in this great age. We are in this age of abundance and prosperity. And it doesn't look like that from many angles. But the truth of these matters can lead us to great places. The whole society being shut down and restructured, these can lead us to great places. Automation, workers spending more. Everyone's out at these parks spending time with their family the last year since day one of the COVID shutdown. I made a video on that day one. I was like, wow, everyone just changed. Like a switch went on inside their head. And now I see the rich people outside playing with their family. Like some of the people I've been trying to fight to protect the most. When I say the rich, I mean middle class, right? Because there's only a few ultra rich and then everyone else is kind of middle class. And I was like, wow, man, they're outside playing with their children and stuff. And that's great. And I've seen that all over. So we've reached this new age where people can hopefully spend more time with people and having fun and using their own lives. These stores out here, many of them getting shut down, right? But here's the thing. Your hairdressing place gets shut down. You go out here and you can just do hair from your house. Now you're your own boss. You don't got to worry about none of that stuff. Now your friends come over, hang out at your house, get their hair done at your house. You can do what you want in your own house. You listen to your own music. You have some food. Who knows? Maybe you make some food. Maybe you give it to them for free. Maybe they give you a couple bucks for making food. Now you're not just a hairdresser. You're making some food for people. A whole lot of changes. Can't even get into it. The video's already so long. But hopefully we're leading into an age of abundance and paradise. This is going to be great. It's going to be a great world. We're going to move forward. And no matter what evils may be up against us at this point in time, once we deal with those, once we deal with these issues, the world will be a great place. It will be excellent. It'll be a place I can finally enjoy. One of my least enjoyments of life was seeing, a lot of times I was alone, and that's because everyone else wasn't able to, they wasn't willing to try to live the life I live. And now everyone has that option, right? Now everyone has that option. And we're going to be moving forward and making it so more of that option exists, right? As soon as we replace a lot of workers with automation and set delivery, stuff like this. Eventually, delivery is going to be changed too. You won't need delivery eventually in the future. You won't need a ton of delivery drivers. But for now, they're the go-to people in between these shifts and ages. And this is going to be a beautiful age we are entering. We are entering a golden age for sure. And no matter what evils may be up against us, we will set this stuff right. We will get this path corrected. You guys, thanks for coming and watching my videos. And thanks for coming back. You know, they say you take a break, people get tired of that and they don't come back to your video. It's like, whatever, man. If you like something, you know, just be happy that it comes back, right? Have a great day. You know, have a perfect day. Have an excellent day. And it may be the best day, you know, the new best day of your life for all of us. You know, we'll move forward. We'll get all this stuff ironed out, taken care of. And I'll make some more videos. I got tons of videos. Maybe I'll upload some other ones. I never review my videos, though, so I'll probably just make some new ones and upload them. And maybe I'll actually put my Facebook link down in the profile this time. So you guys who are just on here can see it. I know I never do that because I never come back and review these things. I'm sorry, I kind of just push forward. Like I've got these goals that are really, really high. I've set really high goals, you know, like to rule the world. If you rule the USA, you rule the world by proxy, right? And I mean, I think we're at this point in time anyways where a real global government needs to be set up that's not like these current systems where you have the UN who half of them say they act like cowards and the other half say they act like enemies, so no one's really for them. And, you know, you have this hidden shadow government. And, you know, I think we're at an age where we can come together. We can actually have Earth working as one. We're going to have to. We're going to go into space. We're not going to have these little stupid tribal wars anymore. We're not going to be fighting against one another, right? What type of idiots will we look like going into space doing that? We can't do that. We can't live this life anymore. We're going to change it. That's what it's about, man. We're changing all this stuff. You guys have an excellent day. And I'll see you again.